Hello, this is Marty Storer. We've got a match here at the Montreal tournament. This is the third round of the last chance in the advanced section. White Howard Linnemann is playing orange, or I'll just say black, Jay Karns. And there has been a flurry of tactical activity here. Now, Howard, I'll call them players by their first names. It's easier to remember Howard and Jay. And now Howard is now hitting with a 6-4. He comes in with a 4 and he comes around to the 10 point with a 6. That was a fine play. Now Jay Karns has got to think about his deuce. Does he make the anchor or does he hit loose for tempo? There's a lot to be said for hitting loose with tempo, but he elected to make that 22 anchor. And Howard immediately rolls a 6-1 and makes the 4 point and puts Jay up on the bar. Now he rolls a 4-3. He's in and out to the 18 point. Now this should be thinking about a double with that because he's got some ways to win with 3 checkers back, and he could have hit on those. But he did hit. He hit and broke his 8 point. White Howard broke the 8 point, and now Jay has hit him back with a 5-2. And now we have another exchange. The people's point is currently White's 8 point. And that is I was going to say a miss, but it's a tempo hit on the 2 point, in with a 1, 6-2 hit. Jay cannot afford the orange player cannot afford to let White pound on him, which he does with a double hit, 3-2. And 6-5 is a fan. 2 on the roof, and he immediately doubles and pass. Could have considered playing for gammon. He's a big favorite to make either just make the 3 point or maybe make the 2 point on Jay Karns' head, as they say. And looked like Jay would have been hard pressed to take a cube, even if his position improved. So it would have been a good play on opportunity for Howard Linnemann, but he cashed, and he leads 1-0 in the 5 point match. Both players are playing quickly. It's late at night. It's a 5 point match. Looks like a nice P40 board. Howard is open with a 6-2, split with a 6, down with a 2 to the 11 point. A 2-1. Now the standard play is just what Jay did, which is to hit with the ace and reinforce that outfield by going to the 11 point. Double fives does not hit back, but it does if Howard chooses escape to the 10 point. And he reinforces the 8 point again, doesn't want to lift his 11 point blot and kill a builder. And if those orange checkers would have hit those white checkers in the outfield, there would have been many return shots. 5-4 is a poor roll for White. He cannot make a new point. The best I think he can do is just to run and hope not to be hit. If he's hit on his 10 or 11 point, he will have many return shots. Double fives is a miss. And Jay Karns is improving his inner board, or at least thinking about it. He's thinking about making his 3 and 1 points. And he does so. He leaves the one shot. He's not too concerned because there are many good ones. And Howard Linnemann elects not even to hit. He just safeties everything, boosts his 13 point and tightens up on his 10. 3-2 presents a problem, or a choice, I should say, for Jay Karns. He can make his 4 point. Now he's got a nice 4 point board. The idea would be to move his back checkers aggressively next turn. He could have split immediately, but he elected not to do that. Now he says, okay, I've got a 4-point board. White's only got a 3-point board, and I will split if ever I can. And he's got a 5-1, so he should at least split with a 1. And he could consider coming out to the 18-point, his opponent's bar. But he does not. He brings another builder for his 5-point. He could easily have gotten pointed on, such as with that double 3. The double 3 is close to winning anyway. And 5-4 is a bad roll. Jay would have preferred to step up to White's 4-point, or at least to anchor on the 23-point. But he can do none of those things with a 5-4. And he should probably just slot his 2-point and hope that Jay Karns does not decide to double. I mean, Howard White, Jay should hope that he should slot his 2-point, I believe, in the hope that Howard Linnemann does not decide to double, because it looks like he would be hard pressed to take a cube, and he does move all the way from the 11-point, slot his 2-point, immediate double, and I don't think that was too good to double. Some things could certainly go wrong. Orange is ahead in the race. I said I'd say black, but I can't bring myself to call those orange checkers black. So I said orange was ahead in the race. Is that really true? Looks like it might be, the count might be even. But it's still, I do not believe this is takeable. And so, indeed, Jay Karns passes, and it's now 1 apiece on the 5-point match, or as people sometimes like to say, 4 away to 4 away, or needs 4 to needs 4. They still have to update the score on the little flip tab score sheet they've got. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Howard Linnemann won the game, so he's up 2-0. Apologies for that. So Howard Linnemann was ahead 2-0 because he won the last game as well. So this is the 3rd game, and this is an aggressive play by Jay, bringing 2 builders into the outer board. It's fine play. It's not popular these days, but it's good argument when you're behind in the match is to play aggressively, because you want big swings. You want to swing that score in your favor, maybe by winning by 2 or 4 points, and if you can quickly make a good board or prime, you can offer a double. That might have been Jay's idea. I don't know what he normally plays with opening 3-2. It seems like both of these players are aggressive. And in reply to that opening 3-2, Howard made his 5-point, and a very poor 5-2 came in response by Jay, and he split his back checkers and went 13-8. Very probably the best of a bad lot. He could have considered slotting his 5-point as well and making his 11, or even splitting, but he made a sober, conservative play. He's probably pretty good, and Howard made a good play with the 6-1. He came out with a 6 and diversified the builders in his board. His idea was to stop Jay from just freely making a good board or prime. Jay hit twice with a 5-1. Howard entered both checkers with a 5-2, and now 3-1 by Jay Karns. So he is considering making his bar point and hitting loose on his 5. If he's going to hit on his 5, he ought to simply make the 5-point, because he would be leaving fewer shots. He's taking back, and now he's Trying to think what to do. He's thinking now he's considering hitting twice. By doing so, he would put 2 white checkers on the bar versus 1 after hitting once. And now he considers just simply making the 5-point, which looks to be the best play, especially if Howard stays on the bar and immediately the cube comes. Very good double at the score, especially at the score. Because owning a 2 cube, white will be very reluctant to double to 4, because that would be an auto redouble to 8 for the match. And he decides he can't risk being gammoned. He might have been able to take that because it'll be able to be a parlay for Orange to get a good blitz there. But Orange still did have a clear advantage, but it might well have been takeable. I would have been inclined to take myself. But Jay Karns is on the board. He's got a point against Howard Linnemann's 2 points. Now he's 4 away from winning the match. Jay is 4 away from winning the match, so he can double very aggressively in pursuit of a 4-point gammon. He made a standard splitting play. He might have slotted, but maybe there's a slightly better case at 4 away to 3 away score. And against Howard's reply of 3-2, splitting with a 3, Jay rolled a double 4, making his 4 and 2 points. And Howard has replied with a poor 4-3. Now it looks like he's got to hit loose to gain time. He doesn't want to give Jay Karns the full roll to attack in his board. Now, this is also risky. He's got white only has a 1-point board, and he's just put a blot in it.
Hey, Marty, we dropped the 2 cube right on the table.
Yep, there's the 2 cube. This Daniel Bluestone with me here. And double and take. So there's a 5-2. It was a very good double and maybe a take.
Look at that.
Not so great. Not so happy, especially after being double hit. But here's a joker.
Oh, the double 3s, Marty.
Joker in reply.
Yeah.
He's going to make his 3-point.
Point would have been a choice there.
5-point was a play for sure. I don't mind the 3-point so much, but it's certainly safer than unstacks the 6-point. But
Yeah, point's going to come in handy down the road.
Yeah. 5-point is a good point. 4-3. So now Howard is playing safe.
Yeah.
Might have considered hitting loose all the way from the 11-point, but
there it is. There's your loose hit.
Yeah, Jay is going for the gusto. Howard rolled a cocked 5. Now he rolled a real 5. And he's just going to switch to that 20 anchor. Very happy he took that cube.
Let's make a counterpoint here, huh? We're going to make the 5-point?
Yep. And he does. Otherwise, he would have had to put 3 on the 24-point. Now, this is
stars, baby.
This is a double hit, no matter how you slice it. I believe this is simply a double hit. Now, this is a fine play. It's a little conservative. Some people like to maximize builders, but this is a good play just to consolidate and come home.
He's got a back game now that they're going to have to contend with.
Yeah, it was
4 points going to help out.
more like a holding game until now. Now it's more like a back game. It's still a quasi holding game because White's got a lot of checkers in the outfield.
Come up from the ace with the 4 here.
Yeah, I believe so. That checker, the third checker, does not belong on that 24 point for Jay.
There it is.
Yep.
Four, 2.
Yeah, I think you should just keep the 14 point and bring a checker to the 9 and into the 6. You know, but he clears the problem point. The 14 pointer is a problem point, and
Yeah.
Howard Linnemann decides just to clear it. It's safer in some ways to keep the 14.
9s and 2s. No, there's 2.
Yeah. That would have been 15 ways to hit.
You think we're going to roll a double 5 here? No, he's worried about that.
Well, he shouldn't be. I think he should just keep that 24 anchor. It's not clear that you want to break it if you're orange. It's not clear at all.
He danced 6-2.
It's more flexible game plan to keep both anchors for now.
Oh, there he is. He's got his 2-5.
Good safe play.
Yeah. That 5 point's going to be under attack here. There it goes.
Yep.
I think I would have brought the 6 from the mid.
It's reasonable. Yeah, it's definitely reasonable to do that. No strong preference. And there's a return hit by Jay Karns. So he wants to go forward. He does not want to just sit in a back game. Generally don't want to play back games if you can avoid it.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah. Those 3 are back on the ace now inside for him.
Karns is trying his best to go forward. And he's thinking, okay, how do I best do that?
We have a 5 to play, Marty, or a 6?
No, it's 6. He came in with a 5 and he's got a 6 to play.
Yeah. So he's worried about how many he's going to put back for this.
Well, he should have. I don't know. I think he might better have hit a second checker in the attempt to go forward, but he didn't. He doesn't have any direct covers for that 5 point anyway.
He just burnt 6-2. That
6-2 was duplicated. He could have made the 18 point with the 6-2 or recovered, but he comes around with a 6-4. He brings a builder into direct range, still hoping to make that 5 point. And Howard has missed. He has missed with the 6-2, but he says, "All right, I missed."
You roll the 1.
Okay, this is a bit rich.
Playing big here.
So he could have simply made the 5 point.
Okay, but I think he
sort of a long parlay
now. He's in good shape.
Yeah, he's probably going to make the 5 point now.
We got a 6-1 there.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's got to make his bar.
Make the bar. Yeah.
So he's still hoping to contain. Jay is still hoping to contain that last white checker, but the last white checker flees with a hit.
Popped on out.
Again, White is not thinking of doubling to 4 because if
Marty, what color do you want to be in this
Sorry.
game right now? What color do you want to be?
What color do I want to be? Who's winning this game? White is winning this game.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because, orange has got to, the mere fact of playing a back game does not make one a favorite to win. This is
right. Yeah.
really problematic for orange to fill his points.
And I really don't like that 24 point for him at all.
No, he's got to start moving off the 24 point if he can.
Okay, well, he can.
No, he does. He does.
Yeah.
He wants to mobilize his back checkers, and and the 5 point can wait. He does slot it.
What do you think? Are we going to come make a point here?
I would make a point. I'd make the 10 point because we want to block fives.
Yeah, he didn't do
Not
that.
just double fives, but 5, 5-3, 5-1. You want to put some blockade on that, especially 5-3.
Yeah,
and 5-5 would be a huge. But instead, Howard diversified his builders on his side of the board.
Oh boy. Okay. Walking out here into the meat grinder.
I'm not. He does that. I'm not sure he should have done so. I think maybe he should have just stepped up to the 20 point. And 6-4, he plays safe. 14-4, which has got to be right now. 4-1, right? So he's.
Oh, look at that! He's grabbing the 5 point, leaving out a shot here.
Yeah, I think
we're going to see the 2 point get made here, huh?
Well, he's not a favorite, but he might.
We got a lot of builders on that 2 point.
I count 15 ways to make it. 6-3.
Not one of them.
Yeah.
What do you think about hitting loose here, Marty?
It's kind of. It minimizes shots, but it leaves an awkward position of spares.
Yeah.
I think I would have just cleared the problem midpoint and left more shots.
There we go, double fives.
More than 20 shots. This way, there's obviously fewer shots, but he still has the problem. Got a stripped 8 point, 6 point, and midpoint.
Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe you should leave a checker on the midpoint, or even the 15 point.
Yeah.
Direct pressure on the midpoint. He slots his 3 point at the same time. I think this is a good play. But now he runs into a hit cover.
Yeah. Oh, he's thinking twice about that.
Well, he minimizes shots by hitting the covering.
Yeah, I think Marty. I think he ought to make the 2 and hit here.
Yeah, that's right. So
there he goes.
So there are seven shots back, and none of them hit in cover.
He's got the blot hanging out over there.
None of them hit in cover, and he's got the blot. So 5-3-5-5 is 3, and 1-3-1-5 is 7. But he rolled a 4-1. Not bad for a miss.
Big roll here.
And he can play safe. Make the 10 point and end with a 5. Nothing else. Anything else leaves a double 2 blots or
yeah.
doubles.
I don't know what he's thinking about here. Yeah, there you go. And he's got a 2 to play. He's going to try to put some pressure on that outside point there, Marty. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't have a good away. He doesn't want to be hit with a 1 either.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Okay, so he could clear his 6 point.
He could,
but I don't.
That's going to create more trouble down the road, and he's got a block.
Going to create too much trouble down the road, especially.
No, I think he's going to take the hit now. I think he'll move to the 6 and then slide up to the 8.
There are very few good numbers next turn.
Right, that's the problem about clearing the six.
Might even leave a double blot with things like 3-1, 4-1,
Right.
3-2. So he correctly breaks his 10-point.
Yeah.
Leaves 15 numbers, but only 3-1 hits and covers the blot. So even if he does get hit, he can have a shot.
Missed.
And it's good. He's much better off now. One of the criteria.
Howard lucked out with that.
One of the criteria for volunteering a shot.
Look at that. Perfect.
Is that that's illegal.
Oh, no.
Let's play both, so he does. 5 in and 6 off. Now.
Oh, look at that. That's turning into a strong board for orange black.
You know, every roll a cube decision should he play on. Okay.
Look at that, Marty. Oh, he's got no 5.
No,
out with that.
Yeah, there was no.
I think one of these anchors is about to end its time as anchorage.
Yeah, there goes.
There it goes.
And of course,
he's going to hang that.
Must leave a blot on White's 5-point. It'll generate extra.
Yeah, he just jumped right over that blot, Marty.
Yep, the 1-5 back game or the 20-24 is not so great. This kind of thing happens all too often. Now, Orange is just in a bad, 24 anchor game. He's got White's 1 point.
Oh, let's see, Marty. What should we do this one?
I think
I want to go to the 2, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think. What do I think? What do I really think? I would go to the 2. He's leaving. This is safest in terms of long-term hitting chances. He minimizes long-term hitting chances, but a gammon would be nice. Extra checkers off can help you win the game after you do get hit.
Yeah.
And an extra checker off can also help you win a gammon. A gammon for White would win the match.
Big roll coming up for Howard here.
Yeah. Does he roll a 3? No. He rolls something. He takes 4 checkers.
Yeah, 6-1.
4s or double 4s, 5s, or 6s. He took off 4 checkers. 3-1. Now the gammon is very
5-3.
Jay did not need to bring a checker into his board because his gammon chances are not
running.
He doesn't need to run. He doesn't care about being backgammoned. You should stay put.
Okay. Yeah.
His chance of being gammoned are great. He must hit really almost in order to get off the gammon. He does not need to get schlonked off that ace point with double cube.
Off the board.
Now he hopes to split with a 1. But he really must.
What's happened to the board on the other side there, Marty?
Now, that was probably a mistake to make the 1 point because
he's looking for a 1-2. What did he get?
Well, the one, yeah. So now this is a double. 3-1 is a double shot. The thing is that if the reason it might not have been correct to make the 1 point probably was not, almost certainly was not, was now if Jay hits one of the blots,
he got 1
with a 2. Okay,
now that other
one, excuse me, right? And he might, a blot on the 1 point is a way to generate extra shots at that other checker. If he can hit that blot, the second blot, he will be a favorite to win the game.
Oh, look, he missed it. He's got to run out now, Marty.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he can afford to break his 6.
He might want to, in the bear off, leave an open checker though, right?
That's right. You can
go back and pick that one up.
Yeah, Jay can move. We think that Jay should just run his back checker to the 12 point.
Yeah, he's got to do that.
But then be alert for opportunities to bear off with an ace or something and hope that White comes in and hits, and then he can pick up the second checker and become a favorite to win. With 2 checkers hit, he'd be something around an 8-5, between 8-5 and 2-1 to win the game.
Look at that! It's very nice stacking on for right now. He's going to get a bunch off before. Oh, it's double 4s. Yeah, he's got to all three of those, I think.
I don't know. It's not clear. He could bear off two. He could bear off two and leave a blot.
Right. So that's what we were talking about.
Right around, that's what I would do.
But I think he'd rather take those three checkers when he's got them and leave a blot down the road. He also has those. He wants to keep a builder for. No, he's not going to do it. He's going to leave the blot now.
Yeah, I think he's probably right to do so. And no, there's a double four, and at least he's got 16 ways to hit, and he still might get two checkers. And he does not. He has to come in with a 6. Oh no!
Ah, look at that.
He's already saved the gammon. He should have stayed back, hoping for a 2-1 or something. Now it's just a certain loss.
Why is Howard letting this play out? Why not send that cube back, huh?
Yeah,
it would also demoralize Jay.
He could have sent the cube back, but I guess he could have sent the cube back no matter what.
Yeah.
What Jay did, so it didn't matter that Jay. But technically, best just to stay back on the 6 point, and then maybe Howard would have done that.
Made it to Crawford. I hear Mr. Crawford knocking on Jay's door.
Ghost of John R. Crawford.
Yeah, that's it.
He wears the chain he forged in life.
Okay, so this for Jay is a survival game.
Allowed? No, that's Canadian. So there's a Canadian. There's the soda can he's got there, maybe.
Yeah.
Versus the demon rum.
You think there's a little whiskey that's been poured into that?
This late in Montreal, and who knows?
Or maybe the steroids are in there. Who knows?
No, a scandal, a backgammon steroid scandal.
Yeah, another backgammon doping scandal. We haven't had one of those since '98.
Gosh, I don't even remember. I think I was alive in '98. So now it is the Crawford game. Howard Linnemann is ahead, 4-1 to 5.
Look at this.
And Jay Karns.
Oh, no, I'm not sure Jay wanted to run out there.
Yeah, he does. He wants to get away. He doesn't want to get trapped back there.
Yeah, he's getting trapped, whether he likes it or not.
Well, he's only got one checker back now instead of two. Now with a 3-1, all right, he can.
We got to make the what?
Yeah, this is.
You didn't want to make the 5 point there.
It's generally right to make the 5 point in a position like that. This is sort of a.
Look at that. Boom.
Howard is now saying, well, I have to get out of there. But
Howard's on the roof.
Painted on. Now, note that at the score, Jay Karns really wants to win a 2 point gammon. Then
he does. And he's
following game would be the last.
Oh, look at that. He rolls a 6, Marty. He's got a 5 point prime.
Banned on the 3 point board.
What should he do with this 2, Marty?
I'll come down to the 11 because it's double coverage on the escape point.
Yeah, there you go.
Jay's own 9, and it's another builder to the scene.
Okay. He's in a tough position here. If he comes in high, he's going to have to slot somewhere back here.
Yeah, I think you should come in low and just go to the 10 point.
I agree with you on that. Let's see if he gets there. Yeah.
11 shots at that outside block.
Another possibility, Marty, would be to come in and hit on the 3.
Yeah, 19 shots. I think 19 shots versus 11, but he rolled one of those 11 hitting. He doesn't want a second checker back. He's got a second checker back. He bounced on the 3 point board for a second time in the game.
Got a 3-1 to play here. I think we want to run that around the corner, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm trying to convince myself that there are other.
Wait, is that legal? I think he has a 3-1.
Playing it illegally. He's trying to play a 3-2.
Yeah, right.
It could be that Howard pointed that out, or he saw it himself.
Here, I thought it was the commentary that got him turned around on that.
I hope they can't hear us on the way. All right. So play 11-7.
Right. That's not bad. He's got a builder.
He could have made a super big play of slotting his 9 point.
Yeah.
Two blots in the outfield. It was 10 shots. Would have left 10 shots that way, I believe. Including double one to hit twice. Although he may not have wanted to hit twice. Would have made his 5 point and hit once. Anyway, while we're babbling, Howard Linnemann is fanned for the third time. No, he's still, I'm sorry, this is
he's on the roof. Howard's got one on the roof here.
Right, he did fan after the 3-1, and now Jay Karns is contemplating a 2-1. So he is probably considering leaving the checker on the 15 point as a matter of duplication, 3 to come to the edge of the prime and 3 to hit. It's not the most important consideration in the world.
Another dance, Marty.
Yeah, another dance, and now 5-4. So.
Whoa, and he's going to hit loose there.
Consider making. Keeps the 5 point prime and hits loose, and he's hit back with a 3-1. The 5 point prime is intact.
He's got a very strong board. He's rolled a 6-1. What do you think about this 6, Mark?
It'd come out. Mix it up. You don't want to necessarily get that outside checker past the 9 point. The worst place to go past the 9 point.
He buttons up on the 3 point and hits here.
Right. It's very good to make that 22 point. Although
oh, look at that.
Jay hit back.
He can, but he's hesitating on this.
Hit back last time.
I think he's got to go for it here.
Yeah, he's afraid. He may be afraid of giving
him a
3 hours. But the timing is not assured at all for such a back game.
Right, and he's got nothing over here. I think he might want to on the next roll hit inside.
Yeah, if he can.
We have a dance here.
If he can do that, if he keeps fanning, which he did fan.
Yeah, he was a fan.
There's a good argument for hitting that, for tacking that on
so here's a 7.
Not only he can't do so. He keep builders for the 9 point in place, which is reasonable. There's the double angle.
There's his
comes down. Very nice for Orange to make the 9 point, which he.
Oh, look at this, Marty. We got a 6 point prime.
4-2. Did he roll a 4-2?
No, it's double twos.
Double twos played illegally. He played three twos out of, and Howard didn't notice it. Neither player noticed it, but Orange probably likes not to play everything.
Orange is marmalade now.
So we've got a back game. We got a full-fledged back game.
Yeah. Oh, and he comes in on the 1. Let's see.
Now, one of those spare checkers that Orange has got, one of those checkers might wish to go to the 1 point before while White is still on the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is not legal for him to go to the 1 point except to break the prime. So
and you want to do that, Marty, because you want to come back and get another checker?
Well, yeah. So there's 2 reasons. One is that if you're hit inside, you recirculate and you good to lose time. The other reason is that it's kind of secondary, but you leave yourself the maximum number of pips for the other spares to play. If you move the third spare all the way to the 1 point.
Look at that, double ones.
2 spares are as far back as they can possibly be, which might give you more time to keep your prime. Now Jay Karns is simply putting
Trying to build that board. He's doing all right. He's got a good, strong board now.
now the timing is dubious. So now it's 6-4 for Jay.
Yeah. You
And
think he could have thrown it over his head there?
I believe he should simply make his 1 point. And some sixes might give him problems, but he doesn't want to give. I guess that was the only safe play, really. He could have broken his 9 point, but
Okay, here's a big roll for you.
risky.
So clear from the back, I think, Marty. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, he could have cleared his 8 point. And now if he cleared his 8 point, there would have been bad sixes.
Yeah.
The other,
Oh, look at that. I think that's taking too many, don't you think?
no. He doesn't want to be pointed on. His best.
Double twos. Look at that. He's reestablished his prime, but he may have trouble rolling.
Hope really is to play a 23-act game. Jay fills it out. Pips outside. Free pretty good. He can still win a lot by. What is that? 2-1.
2-1.
2-1. So he should clear a 7 point. Oh, he cleared his 8 point. Oh, this is the wrong idea. He could have cleared. He could have cleared the 7 point and stripped his 8 point. He wouldn't have had any blot numbers except what? 6-1.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat to see Jay's next roll here, Marty.
Yep.
This is a big roll.
No, all right. That was the correct play, but I believe 4-1.
Top of the checkers.
Now there's a double blot number.
Oh, look at that.
6-5 for Orange is a disaster, leaving 2 blots.
There's a 6-1.
Right, checkers don't count. 2-1 is great. He brings him in.
6-4.
And a 6-1. Okay, so now Howard just simply slots his 1 point. That's the best play to win. He could have saved more pips by not slotting his 1 point. Probably doesn't matter too much.
Okay, so now we have those 5 checkers on the 5 point.
Now Howard is playing for a win. Now, if he loses a gammon, remember, that's losing a gammon is much worse for Howard than losing 1 point.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's 4-2.
That's one thing you really don't want to happen on your Crawford game is to get gammon.
Yeah, well, if your opponent is even number of points away, you don't want to get gammon. Odd number of points away, it doesn't matter much more than losing a single game. Okay, we are a little behind on this feed. Now Howard is trying to save the gammon. He played aggressively for the win by making his 1 point. He could have done a hybrid strategy by bringing checkers into his board more quickly.
Oh, look at that. 6-4.
Oh, now he's got his closed board. He's got his closed board now.
Closed, yeah, and wait for this one last turn. This opened him up for gammon possibility, Marty, playing it that way?
Yeah.
Just running and conceding the game.
Yeah. Now, how many ways to leave a shot? He's got a 6-1, 5-1, 4-1. 3-2 is 8. 6, 5, 4.
Okay, he decided he didn't have sufficient possibilities, so he's going to try to get off the gammon here.
I think you should play to get off the gammon. This is
and that's what he did.
He could have crossed over.
And that looks like a successful strategy. So Jay Karns will get 1 point for this game.
Yeah. It's still slightly possible it could be gammon, but very slightly, no longer.
No, it's over.
And Howard Linnemann has saved the gammon. If he had not saved the gammon, he would have been 4-3. It would have been the last game next time, except for a free drop.
I don't quite know. Here we go. We're getting ready for the next game here.
Gone to 4-2, or gone to 4-4. So the free drop is worth a couple of percent maybe. But now he doesn't, now he's got essentially a free take.
So Marty, in what circumstance here would Jay Karns not throw the cube right away?
So he can play a trick. He can try to reach a position that looks scary for Howard, and Howard might then fear taking a 2 cube and getting gammoned and losing the match.
Okay, he threw the cube
by dropping the cube, he would give up a whole game. If he loses 2, that's not much worse than losing 1, because it's the last game in either case, except for the free drop possibility.
Well, look at this 6-3 here. He didn't hit those open blots. I think maybe he's going to.
Okay, so he did immediately double. Jay Karns immediately doubled.
Jay's gonna, and Jay's gonna make that.
Jay Karns there. He slotted his 5 point quite correctly
and got away with it. Look, he's now blocked the double 4s.
6-3, he might have run out instead of going all the way to the 4 point, because the extra builder on the 4 point is not worth that much at all. It's sort of misplaced. Double 4s is a good roll because Howard makes his 5 point. But running with a 6-3 after an opening 2-1 is a 2-1 slot on the first play duplicates 3s and 1s to hit and cover.
I'm looking in my crystal ball. I think Jay Karns is going to roll 6-5.
Oh, how did you know? How do you know these things? I bet you could do that every roll, Daniel. I have that.
He rolled the 6-5 again. He's going to dance for a while here.
Now I did roll a 6-5 and escape. And now 3-2 for white. I don't want 5, which hold that. Now 5-3, good opportunity just to run. And he fans again. He's hoping for a 7 or a 12. There's a 7 to make a 5.
Oh my word! I see a closed board coming for Howard.
Oh, okay. Double 5s. You're saying double 5s is the next.
Double 5s would do it.
How did Daniel Bluestone know that?
Look at that board. Howard has one hell of a board now.
5 hastily. White could have played around to the 11 point with his last 5 instead of 13 to 8. Now he runs out to the 15 point. It's all over but the shouting. If you can get these checkers around 5-1.
Marty, it's been great.
One checker around.
I've enjoyed this tremendously. It's not over yet, is it, Marty? But
it's fun.
That Howard's closed board there, and I'm feeling that with Jay on the roof, this is going to be tough.
Point off of a double. There's the right play, 10-4. He spreads his builders out. No blot numbers at all. Most flexibility. That was correct by.
Oh, look at that.
Who's almost.
He's opened the back door. A 6 here for Jay is going to be the end of the match. He wants to dance.
He wants to dance forever and hit that last-ditch shot. He dances once. 4-3, bearing 2 off with no blot numbers. Any other play leaves more than no blot numbers. And fan and 6-5, 2 off. And spinning fan again. Howard is hoping for a big and big, and he rolls big and big.
Oh, look at that.
Big and small would have left an awkward position.
We flipped the page on this match. Howard Linnemann, the winner over Jay Karns.
All right, so Jay Karns enters with a 5-1 and concedes the match. So that was an exciting match in the advanced section. Both players playing extremely aggressively, very quickly and confidently. And a very interesting contest. It's too bad it didn't last longer or we didn't have enough time to comment. They bump Canadian Club mugs or Seagram, whatever that is. And this is probably the last match of the evening.